William, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, there's not a lot of video games in this movie.
Wait, what?
I thought this was a video game movie.
How? What? In what sense? And when did it ever indicate to you that this was a movie about video
Is this
games?
the video game movie with Ryan Reynolds?
No, it's not the video game movie with Ryan Reynolds.
I put up the wrong Wikipedia page then. I'm looking at the wrong Wikipedia page for this movie. Oh, whoops.
Welcome to SPOILERCAST for 6 Underground.
And not the Ryan Reynolds other movie.
Yeah, the unreleased Ryan Reynolds movie, New Guy.
Not the New Guy movie. This is the wrong Wikipedia page I'm looking at right now. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Hey, okay. Hey, wait, what's up? Hey, we're talking about 6 Underground.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. What a fucking beginning to this.
Hey, this movie was a wild ride.
Yeah, it's a very shitty, very headache-inducing ride. At least for me.
A lot of stuff happened, but I feel like a lot of the stuff could have not happened. It could have happened less.
Yeah. I mean, then again, this is the thing with Michael Bay. He's more on.
Michael Bay produce the story? Oh, he did direct this. I thought he only produced it. I didn't realize he directed.
No, he directed this,
fuck.
but he focused more on. If anything, he focuses more on style and visual effects.
Of course,
that's
the only thing Michael Bay does.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Yes, let's definitely talk about 6 Underground and not New Guy.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, at this point, I would rather talk about New Guy. I mean, that movie isn't even out yet. Ugh, God. Okay,
fuck, I'm dying. I fucking hate Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Hey, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts right now. Hey, well, off topic real quick. In the topic of video, but still in the topic of video games, I think Kingdom Hearts, in my opinion, has probably some of the worst boss design in video game history. Holy fuck.
I mean, it was okay in the first, 3-4 games.
Well, you mean number series or release series?
Maybe. Okay, well, I mean, then again, Chain of Memories was really weird with its fucking combat system. They just did something weird with that.
Yeah, I'm playing Birth by Sleep right now.
But the first 2 were fine. I'll say that.
Oh, but did you ever mess around with the secret bosses in the games?
In the games. Oh no, yeah, with fucking Terra. Well, they didn't really call him Terra in the second one.
Yeah.
What was he called?
Lingering Will.
I don't remember what his name called. Lingering Will.
Yeah. Some of the worst boss design. I think some of the secret boss in these games are probably some of the worst fucking boss. I'm playing Birth by Sleep right now, and I'm playing against I'm playing against the future. I'm playing against a mysterious figure, aka unknown, aka Young Xehanort, who's traveled from the future back to the past because he got to get back to the past, right? Right. Yeah, and this fucking boss is just the fucking worst. Jesus fucking Christ. He doesn't have a set move pattern. He does fucking RNG. So he has attack patterns, right? Like he has combo 1, combo 2, combo 3, right? But he doesn't have a pattern. He just does, fuck it, I'll do this move. I'll do this, I'll do whatever the fuck. If you ever, because I don't know if you ever played Birth by Sleep.
I have, I have.
Okay, yeah, but if you ever play against him it's the secret boss fight him, he's literally the worst fucking shit ever. Because he has no fucking patterns for you to learn versus him. This boss fight him is literally RNG to beat him. You literally cannot beat him with strategy.
Ooh.
It's just be like, okay, I beat him. Oh, it's so fucking annoying.
No,
and also I'm playing as Terra, which is probably the worst fucking character in this game. Because he has no fucking iframes and he's slow as fuck. Fuck,
Hey man, it reflects his personality.
I hate this game.
Whoa.
I hate this game. I hate Kingdom Hearts so much.
Okay.
I just bought a bunch of Kingdom Hearts book though, so it's fine.
Okay, that's
fair. Okay.
But,
enough of my odd tangent rant about Kingdom Hearts and their god awful boss battles. All right, let's talk about 6 Underground.
Okay, so as usual, I will read the plot synopsis that was given to us by the Wikipedia. And so, here we go. So, 4 years after witnessing the horrors of a brutal regime in the Central Asian nation of Turkestan...
Okay, that's a real place. I thought that was a made-up place they made for the movie.
No, it's not a made-up place.
I legitimately thought it was a made-up place that they made up.
No, but it's very much real.
Okay, that's good to know.
Don't worry about it. It exists, man. It's not like with Call of Duty where they made up a nation for like Urzikstan
or Wakanda.
Hey,
wait, do you think Wakanda's real?
Oh my god.
Originally that was gonna be an opening zinger I had for a video, but I never fucking used that zinger.
So you're gonna use the
Literally, an
zinger
opening
now.
line I thought of at one point to use first to start off our video was asking if is Wakanda real.
God,
And then just go on that random tangent.
to be fair, it would have been appropriate, but an unnamed American billionaire and philanthropist who made his fortunes from inventing
Magic.
neodymium.
Magic.
What?
He made magic.
He made magnets.
Yeah.
Okay, he made very special magnets. I can't pronounce the word for the life of me at the moment, and I'm not gonna bother. Otherwise, it'll take us like 30 minutes for me to try it.
I lost.
Fakes his own death to form an anonymous vigilante squad to take down criminals and terrorists that governments will not touch. Now known as One, he recruits 5 other people to abandon their past and join his cause as ghosts. 2, a spy. 3, a hitman. 4, a parkour runner. And thief. 5, a doctor. And 6, a driver.
AKA not James Franco,
Okay.
I found out.
Yeah. Which is it's so annoying.
I legitimately thought the
first
first section is figure. Wait, was that James Franco? Then I had to go to the Wikipedia page.
No, it was his
It was his brother Dave Franco. I was like, oh, there are other Francos, just like how there are other Wilsons.
Yes, exactly. So okay, but we'll talk about the whole driver's nonsense later. But on their first mission in the Italian city of Florence, the team kills the lawyer of Turkestan's 4 generals before they drive across the city in a green Alfa Romeo. Wow, they just really want me to fucking. They're in a green car.
Why is it so specific? Why can't they just put a car?
No, because remember, they take these brands for funding and marketing.
but not Wikipedia. Why does
That's
Wikipedia
exactly
fucking cares about putting this shit? They can just put in a
because
car.
Michael Bay. No, because Michael Bay cares.
No, do you think
Austin.
Michael Bay funds
Bay
Wikipedia? Can Michael Bay donate to Wikipedia?
Look, man, I doubt he funds anything other than his own movies. But anyway, in a green car, while chased by the mafia and the police, 6 is killed just as they manage to get away. Days later, One recruits Blaine, a former Delta Force sniper suffering from survivor's guilt over his inability to save his team due to orders in Afghanistan, and renames him 7. So it's not Underground 6, it's Underground 7. But technically it is 6, but don't worry about it.
Look, I feel like for Perth they should have just named him as 6.1 or 6.2.
Yeah, they named him 6.1 or 6.2.
That would have been way easier for if just so you could keep the whole six motif without giving him a new number.
Yeah. Anyway, so One plans a mission to stage a coup d'etat to topple the government of Turkestan dictator Rovak Alimov and install his imprisoned brother Murat as the country's new leader during the Day of the Dead. It is revealed that 2 had reluctantly captured Murat and handed him back to Rovak before becoming a ghost. Really? I don't remember that detail. Huh.
Fuck.
Anyway, the team assassinates Rovak's generals in Las Vegas, and successfully extracts Murat from Hong Kong before it is nearly killed until 7 intervenes despite protests from One. Following an argument between 1 and 7 about One's willingness to leave people behind, the ghosts break their code of anonymity and reveal each other's names. In Turkestan, One sets his plan in motion by hacking the state-run television station during Rovak's address to give Murat a voice to the people. Murat's impromptu speech inspires the citizens to revolt while strategic explosions in the city force Rovak to evacuate to his private yacht, and Murat occupies the palace. The ghosts storm through the yacht and One activates a magnetic pulse to incapacitate the guards. When the yacht is immobilized in the middle of the ocean, One decides to save 4 from a henchman instead of capturing Rovak. Rovak flees by helicopter only to discover it to be commandeered by Murat and the ghosts, who drop him near the border to feed him to the refugees that fled his regime. In the aftermath of the revolution, Murat becomes Turkestan's new president. Yeah, I know. It's a weird way of saying that. It's a really weird way to say that.
Like just fucking makes it sounds like they're cannibals for some fucking reason. Like
I mean, to be fair,
just because it's a third world country doesn't mean they're cannibals.
Okay, no, but like, I said to be fair, but it's not actually fair. But this is Michael Bay has always been something of a racist. If anything, for the portrayals of Transformers characters gives any indication.
Wait, what do you mean there are no Italian robots on Cybertron?
Oh my God!
You think Cybertron doesn't have Cyber Italy?
Okay. Anyway.
Cybertron have Cyber Italy. That's the name of this video, by the way.
Oh my God! I'm glad we established that, Austin.
Good. I like to establish the title within the video at some point. Sometimes.
That's how we always do it, apparently, Austin. But anyway. That's in my fucking head about Cyber Italy. Hold on.
But here's the thing. It's just Cyber Italy. There's no other cyber content or countries. Like the rest of it is still Cybertron, and they just have a section that just says, "Welcome to Cyber Italy."
The specific section in Cybertron is Cyber Italy.
There's no other countries or continent, right? It's like everything else is just Cybertron planet. But then there's just like this fucking gated section that says Cyber Italy.
Oh my God. Fucking gated community within fucking Cybertron. Technically it fits with the lore too with Cybertron. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. Okay.
We're almost done with the Wikipedia page.
Oh my God. God, that was a hot minute. That was a fucking hot minute. Anyway, in the aftermath of the revolution, Murat becomes Turkestan's new president and the ghosts part ways until they are once again needed. 2 and 3 begin a relationship, as well as 4 and 5, and 1 travels to New York and sees his son, whom he will pass his fortunes to, should he die in the next mission. And that's the end of the synopsis.
Was there ever actually had a son in this movie?
Well, Ryan Reynolds? No, yeah, because if you remember...
Wait, I don't remember this movie. It's the problem.
No, I know. Like, I remember flashes of this movie, and it's just like... First of all, this movie is a hot mess in editing and everything, too. Also, it also happens to be one of the most violent of Michael Bay's films I've seen yet, to be honest with you. Because, now the thing is, to give credit to Michael Bay, to give any sort of credit to Michael Bay, he does have a very good visual flair, and some of his action scenes do hold.
Yeah, there were good shots in this movie.
Yeah, there were good shots. The thing is, he does have a good sense of visual flair and style. So the only problem is that he tends to the only problem with that is that he tends to put it in your face so often and so much that it kind of nauseates you to a point, especially with the editing. Because the thing is, with his editing, it's just like it's just snap after action after action after action. So it's the more appropriate term, because you're never giving a moment to breathe. It's just they always have to in every single one of his shots, something has to happen, right? There's always something that's going on. Whether it's just movement or it's just we're not allowed to stay still. Okay, it's constant flow. It's a constant flow of action, and that's where it's just you're tired by the end of his movies, which is kind of how I would best describe how if you were to watch this movie, you probably feel very fucking tired by the end of it, because it never stops. He never slows down. The camera's always moving. There's always a sense of action, and it's just oh God, it's so nauseating at times. But yeah, back to the whole. This is again one of his more violent movies, because this is I've seen I don't recall in any other of Michael Bay's movies where I've seen a man get impaled by piping.
Does giant robot count as being impaled by metal piping?
No, but the thing is, in there is you don't really see any gore or anything like that. You see them get an explosion happen right in front of the people that they're killing, and then the person flies away, and then it's implied that they died in that attack. But it's not like they get hit directly by the bullet or whatever energy weapon, plasma that the robots are using against people. You never see any burn scorch marks or a half person missing or a person being ripped apart in half. Unlike with if anything if they're gonna do an action like that, they're gonna rip a robot in half like they did with Jazz in the first Transformers, right? And that's as far as gore you would get in at least the Transformers movies. And here
should we revisit the Transformer movie franchise?
We are not doing that, okay? I'm not the thing is, I'm not the first 3 are the second one sucks, But the first
Was
one
the
and
second
two,
one with
one
the
and three
moon?
have a.
Was that the second one?
No.
Was that the one where they were in
the
Egypt?
fourth one. No, in Egypt was the second one. Right?
I don't. Fuck.
But if anything, at least in the first two, there's a good sense of continuity, and it's like.
Was it the
well,
third
the
one
second
that they
is
kicked Shia LaBeouf off the movie?
No, the fourth one is when they kicked him off. The third one was his last film, right? But even then, it's like the stories in the first and third one are actually pretty decent, you know, like they actually keep you engaged, you know. Oh, the second one notwithstanding, because that's kind of a hot mess on its own, just because it just kind of takes a few characters out of character, and it had this whole thing about the whole. Well, anyway,
I don't remember anything about the Transformers movies. I only remember the one where there are Dinobots, because the Dinobots are the coolest thing ever.
Dude, I don't remember. Like, I remember the Dinobots, but I don't remember anything else from that movie.
I don't remember what movie had the Dinobots. That's the word.
It was the fourth movie. Because I remember at least the fifth movie. I remember the fifth movie.
Didn't the fifth movie have Dinobots?
No, it did too. But the introduction to the Dinobots is the fourth one. Okay? But it's like in the fifth one, I remember more from that than from the fourth one. For some reason, the fourth one, I remember nothing. I remember nothing from that. Like... Oh my god! I remember, like it's frustrating. Was
the fourth one the one with King Arthur? Was that the fourth one?
That was the fifth
one. Guys, what the fuck is the fourth? What the fuck is the plot? Was that the one with China?
No, it was the one where yes.
Okay, hold on. Transformers, Red the Fall, Transformers, Dark Transformers, Age of Extinction. What the fuck is Age of Extinction? What the fuck happened in this one? What the fuck was the plot?
It's when I remember basically where it was when Mark Wahlberg came in, and you know it had that scene where he like that guy is like, hey, he's like, you're gonna pay for that, and then he drinks the beer. Yeah, where he drinks the beer, and just stares at him while he's drinking the beer and throws it away. It's the most blatant of like product the fucking merchant marketing ever.
Jesus Christ, there's so many Transformers. There were more Transformers than I thought they would be. Oh, yeah, Bumblebee was decent. Bumblebee was decent though, so it's fine. Wow, I'll give Bumblebee a pass because
we're ignoring that.
Well, because that was
no Bumblebee.
Oh, hold on, wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. Michael Bay didn't direct that movie. That's why.
Yeah, he wasn't involved at all, and so it's like it is a godsend amongst the Transformers franchise. Now, like I will give Michael Bay credit in the fact that he helped establish. He did give us 1 and 3. 2 was still a hot mess, as I will keep saying. But 1 and 3 I actually enjoyed, and was like at least consistent and kept me engaged.
3 was the one with the moon.
But then
was the one where we found our Transformers on the moon. That's right. Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it's just like, anyway, just.
Did they kill Shia LaBeouf's characters off? Is that what the fuck happened to Shia LaBeouf?
No, they didn't. They didn't kill his character off. Although they I guess they imply it. Or something, because he wasn't never coming back to this franchise. Yeah, to be honest with you, so.
Yeah, because didn't Shia LaBeouf call Michael Bay a Nazi, a Hitler or something?
Well, to be fair, with the way Michael Bay kind of he kind of wants to I mean, I don't know if he wants to portray himself as this, but he's very much a hard ass, you know, in terms of his directing style.
I looked up an actor named Sam Witwer.
Wiki.
Yeah.
Wiki.
I was trying to look up fucking Shia LaBeouf's character if I found out like that's something else.
No, but yeah, there are stories about.
I'm going to the Transformers wiki. All right. Okay, there's storylines for the Dark with the Moon mobile game and Transformers the PS3 game. Okay, that's good. All right.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Shia LaBeouf's picture is seen has perished by the time. Concerning the blah blah blah, let's see, Sam's portrait from his eBay account was a member portrait of the Wickwicking clan. What the? Oh yeah, that's right. There was a clan. Concerning the man being the last surviving member, it's likely Sam has perished by the time Cybertron returned to Earth's orbit. Oh okay. Oh go on, he just fucking kill off fucking Shia
LaBeouf. Yeah, but it's god. Okay, before we get into any more of that.
I think it's time we do a Transformers movie spoilercast series.
We're not doing that. I swear to God, I'm not watching that movie again. But back to Six Underground. It's basically
Six Underground now.
Yeah,
but like, this spoilercast has been everywhere so far.
Yeah, I know it's a mess. When it comes to Michael Bay,
just like this movie.
Yeah, just with the spoilercast, Michael Bay's movies are essentially a mess. Yeah. You know. And it's just like the thing is, if you watch like if you watched what do you call it, like Transformers, right? You basically know what you're going into with Six Underground, except it's just with like it's essentially like without the robots, and it's essentially Transformers but with an R rating, right? And so basically like it's, oh man, okay. There's a lot to go through.
Yeah, there's a lot to go through with this movie.
Yeah, and you're the one who watched it more recently.
I
I've watched it when it came. I watched it when it came out.
Wait, I watched it recently,
a
but
while
I still
ago.
barely remember anything about this fucking movie.
Yeah, it's just the way Michael Bay does his
The way
movies.
they make Ryan Reynolds' character seem up, feels like someone would have noticed, right?
Oh, if he disappeared or
Yeah,
died or
no, the
whatever.
fact that none of them recognize who Ryan Reynolds, like they make like, oh yeah, I'm this super famous billionaire philanthropist. Like, oh, shouldn't people recognize you then?
I mean, to be like, if I'm gonna give any very thinly veiled plot, like, you know, excuse for this plot hole or whatever, it's just like most people aren't gonna really care who's the richest, you know, as most people are concerned with, you know, themselves. Is only when like if someone does something truly revolutionary or they're doing something.
But he mentioned magic magnets. I felt like that's pretty groundbreaking, especially since he's using it for government work. Wait, was it implied that he did it for government, or he just repurposes for tools?
No, he said he gave it to government.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like that's something that people should know of, especially since he's recruiting a bunch of like people in specialty fields. Like, oh, hey, aren't you the guy that created those magic? Yes, William. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly my point.
Yeah, definitely what you were talking about. Definitely not a cut in our discussion right now.
Oh man, we gotta find some way to just like not have this stuff not like happen but not happen. Yeah, exactly what I mean.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So of our discussion about the Transformers series, right?
Oh my god, no! But it's like with this movie, it's just like it's more of the same what you get from Transformers, and if you enjoy that, fine, I guess. But the editing is such a mess that it's just like, and it doesn't give you time to breathe or like.
Yeah.
Or like take in any information that you're like, oh, whoa,
yeah,
hold up,
just throws you stuff. It just keeps throwing you stuff on screen. Like it's like saying, oh yeah, hey, yeah, we have to keep going. Like we can't stop at any second for any reason.
Yeah, and it's really annoying because it's just, he just keeps us going and trucking along. He never stops for anything. And it's like, oh man, oh god. I mean, okay, so that's basically the editing. It doesn't stop. It's annoying. It's frenetic, and it's just like it makes me a bit nauseous when I think about it. And it made me nauseous when I was watching it too, and I felt tired by the end of it because it just didn't stop. The only time it stopped was at the credits.
Yeah,
that's when it stopped.
I hate.
It was a relief. It was a fucking relief when I was done with the movie.
I hate you so much.
But okay, so the editing is atrocious.
Yeah,
that's one.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking editing.
Yeah, and it's just like, but the visual flair and stuff is fine. So that's the positive, right? That's the one positive here. And well, the thing is, again with this story, it's a bit of a, well, it's because of the editing as well. It's a bit of a mess. Like I can get the story that they're trying to go for here, but I see two problems with it. Okay, now the thing is, Ryan Reynolds is of course great. He's fantastic, right? Because Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. He does like, and they basically give him a script where he works at it fine.
Look, here's my problem with Ryan Reynolds right now, right? I'm not hating on Ryan Reynolds, right? I like Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is a funny guy. He's a good guy. I feel like every character he has played for like the last 5-6 years or so now at this point has been the exact same character, the exact same character trait.
Oh, to be fair, yeah, that's. It seems like Ryan Reynolds is ending up
being
he's like
typecast.
He's falling into the trap of typecasting.
Yeah, where he's just playing like this zany, quirky guy who be like, who this sarcastic asshole guy. I mean, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with these characters. I feel like he's just feeling the exact same character. Like I'm not saying Ryan Reynolds should go play in a historical drama or any of that shit, right? I just feel like this character feels the same character as he's in every movie now. It feels really weird. It feels really weird just because it feels like at this point I'm not seeing the character of one. I'm just saying, oh hey, it's Ryan Reynolds doing Ryan Reynoldsing. right?
No, yeah, it's just more like you see Ryan Reynolds. He's consistently playing, and it's not really his fault. Probably it's more due to the popularity of like Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
That he's playing the funny, sarcastic, quirky character.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially what we're getting with Ryan Reynolds. But and the thing is, it's fine. Like he plays it well.
Yeah.
I do want him to see him break off and do other roles, but I think if anything that will probably take time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering that like he's at this point where he came into the spotlight through Deadpool.
Oh, wait. Is it through Deadpool or through X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Oh my god, we don't talk about X-Men Origins Wolverine, okay? But yeah, he played a popular character in Deadpool. Everyone loves Deadpool, and you continue off of that, and then it's just like. It's just like he's kind of stuck in that role at the moment, and it feels like Six Underground.
Fuck.
While it's similar to that character that you find in Deadpool, well, not similar, but he plays the comedy role, which is what you would expect. But it is a character where he has some potential to break off from that a bit, which is what I do get the sense from here in the movie for Six Underground, because while he does play he does have the like sarcastic lines and stuff like that. There's like with his character he's basically his character is this rich guy who insists that we have no ties to each other. We cannot afford to get sentimental with each other because we're doing a suicide mission, and this mission won't work if we care for each other, and that's why it's like I had to leave my past behind. I asked you guys to leave your past behind. The mission is everything, nothing else, right? And you can basically that's what he's trying to go for. The thing is, the movie doesn't exactly let us sit on that, and it's just like he'll spout the lines, right, and then we go on to the next one, and we don't have time to sit on it and reflect on it.
Because I felt like there was way more depth with this Ryan Reynolds character of what like saying, oh yeah, hey, about his past and everything. It's like, oh, are we gonna bring his past? Like, did something like besides from him being, except for him wanting to change the world, like, oh, did something in his past else besides from him being motivated to save the world because he wants to save the world? Did something else in his past also influence him? Because that caused him to create this vigilante group. I was like, oh, no, I just want to save the world. I was like, oh, okay, Ryan Reynolds. Good.
No, I mean, there was stuff that actually motivated him to actually start doing this stuff, remember?
Well, we never anything.
No, that's to be fair, because they don't let you sit on any of the information, they don't let you absorb it. But as it says here in the Wikipedia, if you remember, but basically Ryan Reynolds was like on a humanitarian mission. Right?
That scene. Okay, I remember that scene now. I legitimately thought it was just a scene that was happening in the current movie timeline. I didn't realize that was a flashback. To be honest.
No, I don't blame you for it because with the way they portray the way the editing is, they don't let you really digest the information.
I legitimately thought that was the scene that happened in the movie storyline. I was like, oh, I legitimately. Okay, I remember what scene you're talking about. I remember the scene now.
Yeah, but you basically get Ryan Reynolds, who essentially experiences this attack on these people who he was helping, right? And then he knows who did it, but this guy gets away scot-free, and so he's like, this is wrong, and so but he sees that no one else can really do anything, and so he decides to take it upon himself to basically form up a group that were ghosts, where they have no ties to anybody, so they can't be used against them. And so they basically, can do what they will and be, essentially become like a vengeance group against people against the evil that the world has produced. Rovak. Yeah. Rovak, for instance, right? And it's so you get potential depth with this character, right? And you get and it's just like you don't really get to you see it but you don't really get to digest it, and they don't really get to act it out for so long. And it's just like, okay, this is his character. Now we move on to the next scene, And it's just like it's really frustrating. And it's just like also the enemy here is very very much a comical Saturday cartoon kind of villain. Like he does atrocious things, but he kind of like. You don't really get a sense of he's just evil for being evil's sake. Like there was a conversation between him and his brother, but then he's just like, oh, I have to do this because Iron Fist. No one else will listen to otherwise, and it's just like that's all you'll really get, And the other his brother Murat is basically like, oh, but democracy, freedom, and that's all you get with him either. But the basic, like, there's potential in the story because it's like, again, it's just like you're asking people to put themselves into a mission and then not care for people or for anyone else, but they will start caring for each other because they're all in it together. And, you know, that's like, it's an interesting thing to look over. And especially when you bring 7 in it, and then 7 and 1 kind of have this argument where 7 is like, you're asking me to not care for these people. But, like, the thing is, I was a soldier and I cared for my unit and I watched them die, right? And so it's like, and you're asking me to do that again. And it's like, I'm not going to do that, right? And so it's like, it brings this, like, it's a clash between two ideologies, or at least two different viewpoints on how they go about the mission. And that would have been great. But then you rush along, and you go back to the next action scene,
Yeah.
Right? And, so it's like, we don't get much. Again, this is a problem that it's a pattern at this point. But it's like you get more. At least here, you don't get so much. You don't get like any real character development. Or if anything, it's just like you have it, but then you don't get to dwell on it, and it's just like you don't get to sit on it and digest it and reflect on it. It's like, here's character development, next scene, action, go, right? And so it just rushes along. You just go and go and go, and then it's just.
Yeah,
I'm beginning to get very tired just talking about this movie as I did when I was watching it, and it's just like, oh man, okay, just give me a breather here.
I'm dying. Don't worry. Hey, you breathe while I play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. As I said, this is the thing of stories. There was a lot in this movie. I kept forgetting scenes in this movie. I kept forgetting parts.
There's a lot in this movie.
I had to visually remember it.
Yeah, and this is like, there's a lot, but there's too much, and there's not enough time to digest it. Or if anything, he doesn't let us, because all he cares about is just like, he just goes to the next action scene, and the action is fine. I find it like fun, you know, right? But it's just, it rushes you along. It doesn't give you time to breathe, and so. Like, you don't get to, like, there's a story there, but he doesn't care about the story. He cares about, like, the next action scene. He cares about the next, and he cares about more about the visuals that he wants to present. And so that's kind of the problem here. Like, there's some comedy in it, but it's more like Michael Bay comedy, you know. And it's just like, it's this thing. The things that you're kind of used to if you're watching Transformers. If you kind of roll your eyes at the comedy end for a bit, it's just like, yeah, that's what you'll get here. And it's like, the thing is, there's such story potential, and Ryan Reynolds he's fun in this movie too, you know, he's great, but it's just, the rest of it is just, you know, derivative of like everything else that Michael Bay has done, you know, and then it's just like visual, it's just very shallow, and it's just like, you know, with the, you know, the typical carnage that you expect from Michael Bay, and it's just like, it just lacks in everything else. You know, it has visual flair, it has action, and it's, you know, it has you know, the women that, you know, they're there for eye candy and stuff. You know, to direct your gaze at. But then what the real potential that this movie had, like with basically Ryan Reynolds, the cast, and basically the story that they play, or that you know they're trying to tell, is wasted. Which is the problem with this movie. You know. And I'm tired. It's just like, it's fun, it's fine, I guess, but it's like, I'm tired of this. I'm so tired with Michael Bay movies. That's all I have to say, because I'm just so tired. It's just rushes us along so much, and I can't take a breather. I can't. I would tell you more about the story, but it's just like. And I remember story plots like about the relationships that happened throughout the movie, and then it's just like there's this thing with Ryan Reynolds' character, well, basically 1 and 7.
Yeah, I remember that story. I remember that plot where they go to their arguments and everything.
Yeah, and you remember the arguments that had potential too, and also there's also the beginning where there's like Dave Franco is in. He's like the driver, and he's like he's fun too. But they kill him in like the first 30 minutes of the movie, which annoys the hell out of me.
I guess they don't need a driver, lad. I was like,
yeah, like they could have had it so that this movie could have focused on.
It seems like he gathered a team of specialists, right? Right, and my assumption is, they killed the driver. I guess they're gonna get a new driver now, right? Because it was like, because you need a driver. And it's like, oh no, we don't need a driver. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so we'll see. Yeah. I was like, oh, we're just gonna. So Dave Frank was there, was just there to die.
Yeah. So, but that's one thing, right? But the thing is, like, I can understand why they do it because they kind of established, like, oh, these were the stakes all along, and we kind of recognize that. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it's like it felt like for the it felt like it should have been like for the first mission that we had should have been like the first movie, mm-hmm. you know, where basically they're going up against they explain the background, you see the characters doing a mission, and then you know they could have potentially you see them interact during this mission. And and you know, you could have had Dave Franco stay in throughout this whole movie, and it would have been fine, right? But here's what I'm saying. It's like I'm saying like that should like the first 30 minutes of this movie should have been a whole movie on its own. Mm-hmm. Basically, him witnessing this attack, him setting up the team, him, you know,
the setup movie. Yeah,
you could have had a setup movie, right? And it would have worked well, right? And then it could have happened like they had their first successful mission, right? Mm-hmm. And then that movie ends on that, and it's like then you know they haven't gotten to the big bad boss yet, but then it's just like oh okay now we go on to the sequel. Then you could have cleverly called it Underground 7, and then you're like oh I guess they're adding a new member. Then you could have done the maybe throughout halfway through like they're doing another mission, more setup and stuff like that, and then they could have killed off Dave Franco's character,
and use that as a motivation.
I would have assumed And then I would have assumed, oh, we loved his character in the last one. Then they kill him off, and he's like, oh god, no, oh no.
Yeah,
and then
I feel like this movie was too many movies I was watching. I feel like there was like so like because we going about how this movie keeps going on, right? I feel like this movie felt like two different movies that was happening.
Mm-hmm, basically, and it felt like it should have been
the whole Dave
separated
Franco
into two
bit. You probably could have just fucking cut out this whole opening segment.
Yeah,
and everything's like, oh, this segment was completely unneeded. You literally could have just. You literally could not need this movie. Just have them start with just them recruiting the final member of 6B7 and then start their mission.
Yeah, it's like you should look if you're gonna do that. It's like you should have just done that rather than just kill Dave Franco off. Like I can understand the intent because there's like these are the stakes.
Do you think the only reason they killed off Dave Franco was because they couldn't get James Franco in this movie?
Look, man, who knows? But like legit, they only used him to establish the stakes, mm-hmm. right? But it felt like for Dave Franco, if it's just like it's wasted potential in the actor, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's like you could have just recruited 7, made him 6, right? Mm-hmm. And then the movie would have been fine. Yeah. And then you could have established the stakes in a different way, in the fact that you had to leave someone behind, and then you had the whole thing with 1 and 7, mm-hmm. and that would have worked fine as well. Instead of just killing off Dave Franco's character, and it'd be like, oh well, you know, there you go. Because it's just a waste either way. Either focus on like 7 and you should have made 7 a part of the main cast from the get go, mm-hmm. rather than just wasting Dave Franco's potential, or just made a setup movie with Dave Franco and then kill him off in the second one to reestablish the stakes, and we're all sad that he died and stuff. Then you could have gotten 7 back in. But I suppose it's a hindsight thing or mm-hmm. whatever. But it's like it could have been done better. But again, Michael Bay doesn't care about the story. He cares more about the visual flair mm-hmm. and the action, and the eye candy that he can put into it, mm-hmm. which is kind of the problem with Michael Bay movies mm-hmm. anyway. But if you like Michael Bay's movies, then you'll enjoy this one. It's just like for me personally, I didn't enjoy it too much.
Fucking
I give it like a 3 or 4, honestly.
Wait. You don't want to give 6 Underground a 6? Well, if you're doing the movie injustice by not doing.
Look, movie. If the movie was decent, I would have given it a 6, but it wasn't even decent to me. Okay.
Yeah, that was my problem. There's too much happening, not for you to absorb anything, and it felt like this movie was really convoluted, and the plot was. I mean, there were some funny bits in this movie. I like some of the funny bits in this movie. Like the scene when Ryan Reynolds recruits the speedrunner guy, and we see his origin about the attempted murder that wasn't really a murder. Like that scene was funny. There were some funny comedy bits in this movie. I enjoyed those. It was a nice little pace, but it wasn't enough for you to to keep the movie storyline from going all over the place.
Yeah, and that's why it should have been, at least for that, it should have been a setup movie, and then we get to killing the main boss in the second movie.
And then Michael Bay could have had 2 movies with China in it.
Exactly. But yeah, it's essentially just wasted potential.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for listening. Hey, join us next time as we talk about the Transformers movie franchise.
I swear to God.
Alright, coronavirus is still a thing. Okay, thanks, bye.